Hi there, Field Sales Team. My name is Tiffany Labar on the training team, and today we're going to walk through the Wood & Faux Wood pre-sell flip binder and book and all of the ways that I would like you to train on this new product during the pre-sale and the launch. So before we get started walking through each of these tools, I want to give you guys some best practices on how to organize yourself and how to make sure that you're fully prepared for the pre-sale and for the launch. So first things first, let's look at all of the tools that you're going to have for the pre-sale. You are going to see 4 hand samples that we're going to walk through today. You will have the Launch It binder, you will have the actual sample book, as well as a throw key. And all of these items need to be well organized and kept in a good working order throughout the entire pre-sale and launch for both Lowe's and Home Depot. The best way to do that is to purchase or expense a Rubbermaid tote. And a lot of you already have Rubbermaid totes, but let's make sure that you have one that's going to be able to fit your hand samples and your pitch binder, as well as your throw key. If it doesn't fit your sample book, if it's a little too small, that's fine. You can always just have this separate from your tote. But if you want to buy a tote that's big enough to fit all of your tools together, that's a great best practice. So that way you can just keep it in the back of your car, pop it out and put it in your buggy before you walk into each store. So please make sure you keep your hand samples and your book and your pitch binder looking nice and pretty throughout the entire pre-sale and launch. Another thing that I want to point out are some things that you should do to your pitch binder in preparation for training. So you will see, of course, on the back of every slide you have great talking notes. And within this, there are a couple of things that I've done to make this a little more user-friendly for myself. I've taken a highlighter and I've highlighted some of the pieces that I plan to really use as a script. Our training team and our brand team have done an incredible job of making sure that the information here on the back of every slide is accurate and very easy for you to present with. So please make sure that you're highlighting the key talking points that really resound to you and to your associate. I've also taken some paper clips, and what I've done with these paper clips is I have just tabbed out some of the slides that are really your key messaging. We all know the in-store environment. You get in there, you will be lucky to get 15 or 20 minutes with an associate, so you've got to have an elevator pitch or some quick reference guides and some key messages to share with that associate during the pre-sale. So I encourage you to mark off these pages that you plan to use if you only have 15 or 20 minutes with an associate to make sure that you're conveying the key message to them as you're pre-selling. Now, some people use little tabs and they stick them on here, which is fine as well, but they do tend to get a little bent up over the time. So I do use paper clips, but feel free to do whatever works best for you. Another thing that I would suggest, just as a follow-up from that piece, is throughout the pre-sale and the launch, it is imperative that you're calling your stores ahead of time before you visit those stores. You've got to make sure that you've got the right associates in the store prior to visiting the store so your time is not misused. So please make sure you're calling ahead before every store visit. And another great thing that a lot of you do is you ask for time off the sales floor. So please try and schedule 30 minutes to an hour off the sales floor in the training room to make sure that you're getting uninterrupted time, you're not having to compete with the noise level at the store or consumers, to really walk them through all of this information. And again, that's going to make your time a lot easier. The last thing I want to show you in this binder is that we have incorporated some training notes. You can see there's a training note here at the bottom of this page. I really want to encourage you guys, as you are preparing for your first pre-sales and launches, make sure you're familiar with each training note on each of these pages. It's essentially like a facilitator's note that you use today in formal trainings. And really that is a note for you. It's meant to cue you, hey, at this point you need to grab this hand sample and speak to the feature or the benefit that we're covering. Or turn to a specific page in the sample book and highlight a different finish. So please make sure you're familiar with each of those training notes and have them, easily readable for you at all times. And that's just going to help make your pitch a little bit easier. The last thing I'll say about this pitch binder is when I received it and went through it page by page or slide by slide, I wanted to alter the flow a bit to make sure that it made sense for my flow with the sample book. I want these two tools to work together in tandem, so please make sure if you feel like you need to switch a couple of the slides around, you're doing that where it makes most sense for you in your training pitch. I have, so you'll see how I walk through this sample or this pitch binder today as we go through. So if you want to alter yours, that is completely fine as well. The last thing I will say is that you need to practice. Before you walk into your first store, please make sure that you walk through this pitch in front of a mirror or to a friend or your loved ones, and share with them this training pitch so you yourself are practicing and you feel confident in the material that you're going to share before you walk into your first store. With that being said, next we're going to go ahead and we're going to walk through the sample book and the pitch binder together. Start your presentation with a very strong introduction. And you will want that introduction to mirror the big 3 key messages that we're going to talk about today regarding this new Wood and Faux Wood program, which is going to be, this is a product that is beautiful, functional, and coordinated. So we're going to talk through an introduction on how to really kick off your training in a very strong manner. The second thing that you're going to really want to focus on throughout your presentation is tailoring your training message to the experience level of your audience. So please make sure you're asking questions before you start your presentation. How long have you been in the department? How often have you sold our previous program? Are you familiar with our previous Wood and Faux Wood program? To understand how to better tailor your message and then facilitate from there. And of course, the last thing that we're going to do today is make sure that you have a very strong ask for it and closing. So we will model that today. So getting right into the introduction, this is where you should be using your pitch binder in this first slide. So without further ado, let's start talking through the new Wood and Faux Wood program. So today with Levelor, we're going to talk through what we have done to make this new program very exciting and fresh in the marketplace. For over 100 years, Levelor has been a leader in defining and establishing window treatments that are both stylish and innovative, and we have certainly done that with this new book. You're going to see that this new program is filled with fashionable solutions for any window style and size. Again, our big 3 key messages today are going to be beautiful, functional, and coordinated. So with that, let's talk a little bit more in depth about some of the key elements of this new program. So focusing on beautiful, let's really start focusing on finish. So what you will see once we get into the sample book is that there are a variety of new trend-right finishes that are really meant to match the existing wood in your home, whether it be flooring, cabinetry, or furniture. We actually did a ton of consumer research about this product prior to launching this new book. We started off with 1,700 different finishes of real wood, and we have narrowed that down through consumer research to 69 trend-right finishes that are included in this new book. So we did a lot of the consumer research to understand which finishes were up-and-coming trends and colors, and which were going to resonate and be consumer preferred in the marketplace from 2013 and forward. The next thing that we're going to talk about is functional, so cordless. I am so excited to walk you through some of the cordless expansion that we have done in this book today. Something to keep in mind is that now cordless is available on premium real wood, new wood faux wood, and Visions faux wood. So you can now get cordless on all 3 of the materials that we offer in this book. And don't forget, Levelor was the first manufacturer to introduce cordless to the marketplace in the late 90s. We started with metal blinds, and we have continued that innovation over the past very few years. The last thing that we want to talk about as it relates to coordinated is that you're going to see that this book coordinates beautifully within itself, from new wood to premium real wood, for example, and it also coordinates beautifully with some of the other Levelor product categories that we offer. We are also now going to be offering style packages. We have 3 style packages that your consumer can choose from. We've got the traditional, the contemporary, and the classic value style packages. And we're going to talk quite a bit more about those style packages, but just know that this is something new that Levelor is introducing from a conceptual idea into the Wood and Faux Wood program. So next, let's go ahead and dive into the sample book. So you can see the new sample book here, and you'll notice that it's now navy blue, just like the other Levelor custom sample books. So as I open the book, let's just talk a bit about the layout. So you'll see here on the left-hand side, we've got our inspirational guide and technical guide. We're going to talk through these items here in just a few minutes, but of course the inspirational guide is 100% meant to inspire. So you've got a lot of beautiful photography throughout this book that is really meant to show the consumer what our product looks like and could look like in their home, and it's meant to inspire them to purchase. We of course also have our technical guide here in the back that's tabbed out for your use. that's going to have all of those nitty-gritty questions answered for you here. So all of that good technical information, about 95% of any of the questions you receive from a consumer or an associate can be answered in this tech guide. Of course, you'll see a call out for our free swatches at levelor.com. Don't forget to mention that to your associate, as we know the wood and faux wood consumer is very focused on coordinating through other wood finishes in the home. So our free swatching program is very important. Next, you will see the 1, 2, 3 step process called out early in the sample book. And we're going to talk through this at length with each material. But you'll see, very similar to our current collection, step number 1 is choosing your blind type, either real wood, new wood faux wood, or Visions faux wood. Step 2, choosing your finish. And step 3, choose your options, and then some examples listed here for you. We know this 1, 2, 3 step process is very important to the associate and the consumer to keep our training message and our selling message consistent. Whether it be in New York or California, we have the same selling message and the same training message. So this keeps this highly complex process very easy for the associate and the consumer. On this right side of the book, we are calling this our cheat sheet almost. But you're going to see, no matter where you are in the sample book, that 1, 2, 3 step process that we just talked about is always going to be visible for you and for your associate and the consumer. We've got a price group rating. So you'll see our opening price points are going to be rated at an A, all the way up to Q. So as you walk your way up the alphabet, you're going to walk your way up in price. And we're going to focus on that more as we go through the book. Options availability, this is so important as different options and upgrades are available based on different slat size and material. So this is always going to be very easy to find with the consumer and with the associate. So the associate knows they're selling something that is actually available. And then of course our color coordination icons, which show which products in this book coordinate back to other level or special order categories. So with that being said, let's move right into our premium real wood. Next, let's move into premium real wood. So if you look in your sample book, what you will find is that we're going to really work the 1, 2, 3 step process as we walk through each material type. Another thing that you'll notice before we get into real wood is that this book is also going to be tabbed out for your ease of use. So if you get to that first question to the consumer, choosing your type of blinds, and they automatically know that they would like new wood, faux wood for example, you can immediately turn straight to the new wood page and you can eliminate 2/3 of this sample book and in turn really eliminate a lot of the complexity of this product and the buying process. So keep in mind that this is still going to be tabbed out, similar to our current collections. And then also our options tab is going to be tabbed out for you here too. So that'll take you right to your options and upgrades. So knowing that, we're going to start with real wood. And one thing I want to point out, first things first, is the beautiful photography that you're going to notice in this book. You'll see here from the very beginning, a beautiful coordination story is being told. You will see the gorgeous wood blinds here in the reclaimed split color. You're going to see the flooring, the furniture is all in that beautiful dark tone. It even coordinates nicely with the stone on the fireplace. So please make sure that you're showing that to your associates and to your consumers, because at the end of the day, you want your associates to model this selling behavior. So make sure that they're using the photography as you are to really sell this product. So let's move right into our premium real wood. So starting with that 1, 2, 3 step process again, choosing your blind type. So the reason people are purchasing real wood is because this is going to be that product that truly showcases the greatest number of different finishes that coordinate perfectly with other wood finishes throughout the home, being flooring, furniture, and cabinetry. So this is going to be the best option for that consumer as it relates to coordination. You can see that there are 3 different slat sizes that we offer in premium real wood. We offer a 2.5 inch slat, which is going to be perfect for your larger windows. It's going to be more proportionate for a wider or a longer window. It's also great because when these slats are opened, you have 2.5 inches of space between each slat versus just 2 inches or 1 inches. So that's really going to capitalize on your view with this greater 2.5 inch slat. The last thing that I always like to tell associates about the 2.5 inch slat is it really mimics the look of a shutter. So when consumers come in and say, I would really like a shutter, and they go into shutter shock because they hear the price of it, you can easily have your associates refer the consumer to our 2.5 inch product. The 2-inch slat size is going to be the most common. You can see that every slat size, or you will see that every finish in this book is offered in the 2-inch slat size. It's sold about 91% of the time. It's going to be that great option for your more standard window sizes. Last but not least, we offer a 1-inch slat size. This is going to be good for those smaller windows to be, again, more proportionate, and it's also going to be great for your shallow window frames. So we know in the Northeast there are a lot of shallow window frames, and throughout the country a lot of new building really does have more of a shallow window depth versus some of the more traditional deep depths that you see in some of our older homes. So this 1-inch real wood blind is going to be great for those shallow window frames. Also good, we picture it a lot here with French doors and again those smaller windows. So once you've chosen your slat size and your blind type with real wood, you're going to actually move into step number 2, which is choosing your finish. So one thing that I want to point out as we walk through the finishes in premium real wood, we have eliminated all of the various collections that we used to offer in our current program. So you used to have the estate, the premium stains, premium paints, and classic. Now you just have premium real wood. And so it's going to be laid out for you very easily from a dark to a lighter finish palette. So we're going to walk through each of these, but it's going to be a lot less complex for the consumer. Again, in this book, we have 69 trend-right finishes. The way that breaks down is we kept 42 finishes from our current program, and we are moving forward with 27 additional new trend-right finishes. So you're going to notice from a finish standpoint, some of the grays are really going to be a lot more prevalent. Some of the darker tones, your blacks, your espressos, the reclaimed split you have in a hand sample, it's absolutely beautiful. Love the dark gray chalk. Really these darker wood finishes and especially the grays are very popular right now in flooring and cabinetry. So make sure you're highlighting those darker colors. Next you move into some of our mid-range in the color palette. And you'll see all the way from American walnut to natural maple, a very vast variety of wood finishes. And a lot of these are also new. So this is very exciting and again a great place to encourage your associate. If they have a consumer who's interested in coordination, this is the book to pull because of the variety of finishes that we have. Now a couple of things to highlight, and this is also going to be shown very easily here in your pitch binder. This is going to highlight a couple of the things that we've done to the swatching here in this book. So let's look at the estate oak, for example. You'll see the color name, which of course is estate oak, and you'll see all of the different slat sizes that estate oak is offered in. So the 2.5-inch slat, 2-inch slat, and then the 1-inch slat. Now, if you were to come across a finish that only has one slat size, which for example, American walnut is only offered in a 2-inch, that's going to tell you and the associate that you cannot order this in a 2.5-inch slat or a 1-inch slat. Another interesting thing to notice, coming back to estate oak, is the letter here that you see in the black circle. Again, that's going to denote price group. So again, keep in mind, A is opening, Q is the highest price point, so as you walk your way up in the alphabet, you walk your way up in price. The last thing that I really like that we've done in this book is there is a small paragraph here under specific wood finishes that's going to really explain to you, to the associate and the consumer, that when you choose some of these beautiful real wood finishes, there could be variance in the slats and the finish and from blind to blind. And you want that. That's part of the beauty of premium real wood. You want that variance. It's a natural product. So make sure that your associates understand to explain that to the consumer if they're interested in one of these finishes. And you'll see it called out here on some of the finishes that do have some of that beautiful burl or some of those beautiful textures involved. So keep that in mind when you're training. The last page for our premium real wood are going to be some of our whites and our off-whites and some of our more natural colors. I love the reclaimed natural. Again, that is really showcasing how these slats can vary from slat to slat to really draw in a lot of that natural look and texture. And you'll see we have really increased the offering of whites and off-whites that we offer. The estate white is something that's a bit newer. The seashell ash, absolutely love these. Make sure you're pointing out your favorites as you walk through this book, as I have. And now one thing that I always point out when I'm speaking to whites and off-whites, make sure your associates understand the reason we offer so many is because of the paint department that they neighbor so closely most of the time. If you think about the different colors of white and off-white that the paint department offers, there's hundreds. So we want to make sure that we offer a variety of white and off-white to coordinate with wall color, trim color, baseboard color, and crown molding color. So we really do have a great variety, including some sandblasted textures. Again, this sandblasted texture should give that real wood finish more of an authentic look and feel, and really kind of increase that natural texture that you'll see in our real wood. The last piece that it's important for you to highlight with our premium real wood product is that all of our real wood that we've looked at today features a UV protectant top coat. And think of that UV top coat like the sunscreen that you wear on your skin when you go to the beach. It's meant to protect your skin from the sunlight and from damage. Same thing with the Levolor exclusive UV top coat. And what that's going to do is it's going to keep your whites bright white, and it's going to keep your darker tones nice and dark, and they won't fade over time or discolor in the sunlight. So please make sure that you're pointing that out as a Levolor exclusive to your associates and your consumers. Next, let's move into you would move into new wood, faux wood, and again, this is tabbed out for your ease of use. So let's go back to step number 1. Choose your blind type. So why are consumers choosing new wood as their window solution? New wood is going to be the perfect durability product for your kitchens and your bathrooms. So I think we do a really nice job showcasing that with the photography here. We show a beautiful kitchen, again with this darker new wood color to really match up well with the cabinets that you see here in the kitchen. The reason we want to always suggest new wood for a kitchen or a bathroom is because it is going to be the most durable product that we offer in this book for moisture, humidity, sunlight, and scratch and dent resistance. So this is going to be perfect, for example, in a kitchen over a window where you have a lot of steam or condensation. And this blind is going to hold up perfectly in that type of element. Same thing in a bathroom where you have a lot of moisture and humidity. You won't have to worry about your new wood warping over time, where with a real wood, it's not the best product to suggest for a kitchen or a bathroom. It's going to be more suitable for living rooms, dining rooms, and bedrooms. So if that person has the need for durability as it relates to moisture, heat resistance, direct sunlight, or scratch and dent resistance, this is going to be the best product for that consumer. You will notice as far as a slat size offering, this is only offered in a 2-inch slat size. So let's take a look at the different finish options that we have moving into step number 2. You will see that we have 100% increased our finish availability in new wood. So you have a lot more of the darker looks with the espresso, the cherry, the hickory, and then you have some really great whites and off-whites as well. So it is a great competitive advantage to Levolor that we have these real wood looks and stains in our composite or new wood collection. So new wood is going to be made out of a mixture of polyresins and fibers or plastics, which is our composite. It's important for you to know that because a lot of times associates think that there are real wood particles in our new wood, but there are not. It is a mixture of plastics, so it is going to be great for moisture and humidity. It's also going to be scratch and dent resistant. So if you have small children or pets, this is a great product for you. Of course, again, it's going to be great for your kitchens and bathrooms. Now, one thing that's very important for you to understand about our new wood specifically is that every color that you see listed here, all 16 of these colors, coordinate back to a real wood color that you've already seen. So what that means for your consumer is whole home coordination. So if someone wanted to do that espresso real wood in their living room, dining room, bedroom, and office, but they needed the espresso new wood in their kitchen and bathroom, and they wanted that whole home coordinated look with the espresso finish, you could easily do that with the Levolor book, unlike our main competitor, because they only offer whites and off-whites in their composite, whereas Levolor offers this great variety of stains on top of our whites and off-whites. The last thing I want to point out, again from a book layout standpoint, is there's something that you should notice throughout this entire book, which is this small icon called the top finish. You are going to see this highlighted under a variety of our different slats throughout the premium real wood, new wood, and faux wood collection. We found through a lot of consumer research that typically consumers have buyer's remorse and they worry about, is this something that I'm going to regret having in years to come? Are my neighbors going to like it? Is my family going to like it? They're concerned about other people's feelings in relation to their window treatments. So we knew to help ease that buyer's remorse or that anxiety that we could point out the top finishes that we found through consumer research prior to launching this book and help show that consumer who's concerned with that which products are going to be the top finish in this book. One last thing to point out from a book layout standpoint is the size of the slats. You're going to notice that these slats are much wider than our previous book or collection. That's going to, again, help the consumer understand and see a little bit more of a lifelike look of what they're going to receive in their home and help them see the wood texture and the grain a little bit better on these slats. So with that being said, we're going to move right into the Visions Faux Wood collection. Of course, you want to start with that 1, 2, 3 step process again. So step 1, choosing your blind type. So why are consumers choosing Visions Faux Wood as their window solution? Typically, the reason people are purchasing the Visions Faux Wood category is because they're looking for a more affordable window treatment that's going to be resistant to moisture and humidity. So this is going to be a great window treatment for them. You've got 2 different slat sizes that you'll see here. Again, that 2.5-inch slat size, which is going to be great for your larger windows and really help you maximize on the view that you have when these slats are open. And you'll have the 2-inch slat size again for your more standard windows. Now this is where we really start to bring in a coordination story with another level or product. We really have a great call out here to our Visions vertical product. So when I turn the page and we look at some of the finishes, you'll see that I also pull out the vertical sample book to show that perfect match story with the Level or Custom vertical family. So you'll see an example of a vertical blind slat here and a nice photo. And then of course it's going to make a call out to that coordination icon. And you'll see that as we turn the page and look through the sample book. Don't forget to highlight the photography here that shows that coordination story really in a real-life application. So you can see this beautiful pecan Visions vertical with your pecan faux wood as well. So an absolutely gorgeous, perfect match story. So let's move into the different stains and the different stains and solid colors that we offer in Visions Faux Wood. You will see that we've extended our offering on our stain look in Visions Faux Wood. So you can see again we've expanded into some of the darker colors that we did not used to offer, like coffee for example. You'll also notice that this is a top finish. And then of course we've increased some of our whites and off-whites as well, including the aged white, which is a really great alternative for this Visions Faux Wood product. So as you have your associate on this page, don't hesitate to grab your vertical sample book and show that perfect match to the Visions verticals. So really bring that color coordination story to life. Show the walnut, the lush oak, the mahogany, pecan, honey pine, and really highlight that here in this vertical book as well. So this is really meant to provide, again, that whole home coordination story. If you have a large window in your room or a patio door that you have to use a vertical on, you can easily do that and then build out the smaller windows in the room with your Visions Faux Wood product. So that coordinated story really comes to life within your Visions Faux Wood. Again, to speak again to coordination, as you're in a Lowe's account, you can speak to the walnut and the pecan. Honey pine is still offered in some Lowe's stores as it relates to faux wood, and same with our vertical messaging. So that's going to be available in the Custom Size Now aisle at Lowe's as well. So make sure that you're calling that out. As far as Custom Size Now in the white and then the Dover, you'll want to make sure that you're pointing out the white here as well, because that's going to provide that perfect match to your Custom Size Now white product. Don't forget again to showcase the price groups here, because typically the customer who's shopping Visions Faux Wood is price conscious and they're looking for an affordable product. So make sure you're highlighting this price group here based on the slat size and then the color. speaking of slat size, make sure and mention as well that the majority of these are also offered in a 2.5-inch slat size, where in our previous program, a lot of the different stain finishes were only offered in a 2-inch, and these are going to be offered, a lot of these, in a 2-inch and a 2.5-inch. So it's important at this point to ask the associate what questions they have for you on Visions Faux Wood before moving into options. So I'm going to close my vertical book here and move it out of the way. And then we're going to move into our Options and Upgrades tab. Now, in tandem with your pitch binder, you can easily start to showcase the different style packages that we offer. So in your pitch binder, this is going to give you a lot of great talking points here on your page to really highlight some of the great things that we've done from a style package standpoint in our Wooden Faux Wood book. So let's use some of our hand samples as well. The first style package that we're going to talk about is our traditional style package. So this is going to show a traditional style valance. And this is actually a new wood in the cherry color. It's a 2-inch blind and it's cordless. Okay? So the traditional style package is going to showcase this valance that you see here, sampled in your book, as well as on your hand sample. This traditional style valance is meant to really mimic your window trim, your crown molding, and really give you that nice traditional look in your home. This is very popular. You'll also notice in the book it shows a new tassel offering or design that we have. And this is going to be available in both the contemporary and traditional style packages, but it's a beautiful, sleek design that is level or branded. And it's also nice because of the design, it's less likely to get tangled with each other in comparison to some of our current tassels. Now, you move into our contemporary style package. And you can use your 2-inch real wood reclaimed split sample to showcase this contemporary style package. And this would be the valance that you receive with it. This is going to be a much more modern, sleek, and simple valance option for that contemporary style package. Now, what I really want to drive home with these two style packages first before I move into classic value. These are free at your time of purchase. You simply choose which style package fits your needs and your consumer's style best, and you order that at the time of your order for your real wood or new wood or faux wood blind. You can get these style packages for any of our materials, whether it be real wood, faux wood, or the new wood products, and it's going to make that look much more consistent throughout your home. In our previous book, we had separate valances for premium wood, for new wood, for Visions, and then for classic. Now we have these two types of valances for traditional and contemporary. And that means if you purchase a premium real wood for your living room, a new wood for your kitchen, and a Visions faux wood for your playroom, you can absolutely have a traditional style package for each, and you can have that nice consistent look throughout your home as it relates to your valance and your tassels. The last style package that we want to show is the classic value style package. Now, in our previous collection, classic was only available in real wood. Now we offer a classic style package throughout all of our materials. So real wood, new wood, and Visions faux wood. There are 5 different classic value options in each of those materials. So this is going to be a great way for a consumer to potentially purchase a premium real wood at an affordable price. And what you'll see throughout the book, anytime that a classic value option is available, you will see that listed here underneath the slat. So English walnut, for example, classic value is available. So you would just want to familiarize yourself with the different finishes where classic value is available. White, for example. And again, you can find a classic value style package in any of our different materials. You'll notice that the valance is a little bit smaller and more simple. The tassels are similar to our previous collection, but they are branded. And you'll notice that the bottom rail has a nice trapezoidal shape to it. So when you close this, or you have it lowered in your window and you close the slats, It folds up nicely with your bottom slats to really help with privacy and light control. So those are some of the things that separate it from the other two traditional and contemporary style packages. Next, you move into our cordless design. And again, here in your pitch binder, you're going to see a lot of great talking points and notes as it relates to cordless. But this is the main reason that this new product is considered so functional. We have now extended our cordless offering to all three materials: premium real wood, new wood faux wood, and Visions faux wood. You can get cordless in a 2-inch and 2.5-inch slat size. So you can see an example of that. The cordless in a 2.5 here in this real wood cherry finish. So absolutely beautiful that you can now get cordless in a 2.5-inch, and you can also get a variety of different options and upgrades with cordless. Cordless now comes standard with route holes. So that is a nice option for the consumer who does want cordless but does not want LightMaster. It does come with route holes, but you can always upgrade to LightMaster, of course, or you can upgrade to decorative tapes, which you just saw in that hand sample. So you do have a lot more availability with our cordless product. Not only that it's offered in all three materials, but you can get a lot of different options and upgrades that you used to not be able to choose. Now, another very important piece to this is that our size offering is much greater than our competitors. So we can now go wider and longer and more narrow than our competitors can on their cordless products. One thing that you always want to make sure and highlight with our new cordless design is this new bottom rail design. So as you're talking to your associates, make them operate this new bottom rail. On our old product and our old program with real wood, it used to just have a plastic handle that clamped onto the bottom rail for you to hold as you raise and lowered. Now we have eliminated that plastic handle, and this is designed in such a way that you can easily grip it to raise it and lower it, and then once you get to your bottom rail, you can press down that bottom rail into your windowsill. So make your associates operate that so they can see how easily it operates and how nice this new design or this built-in grip is here on your bottom rail. We all know that the big three reasons that people purchase cordless are because of the nice clean look, the ease of operation, and of course the safety aspect for your children and pets. Make your associates train you back on that. Ask them the big three reasons that typically people purchase cordless and help fill in the blanks if they need that. But this is a very exciting feature to this book, and make sure you're really driving home all of the cordless availability in this new book. As it relates to light control, LightMaster has remained the same in this book from our previous collection. So what I would do is I would show my new wood hand sample that has route holes first, and ask them, just ask your associate about light control and how much light can come through those route holes and why someone would want to eliminate that light or eliminate those route holes. And then grab, again, that reclaimed split real wood product and showcase the LightMaster upgrade. So with our LightMaster, of course, you have the double notch system here. So once these are closed, it's going to eliminate any of the light that could come through those route holes. The double notch system is exclusive to Levelor. So you can see, if I were to remove this, the notch on the front and on the back. Our competitor only uses a single notch program. So if they had this blind on a door, where they were opening and closing it day in and day out, these slats would not hold into the ladders as tightly as we do at Levelor. So that double notch is great for that reason. It's also great if, say, something happened to the front of one of my slats and I needed to flip it over. These slats are going to look consistent to each other above and below that slat because of the double notch. Whereas with our competitor, they would not, because they're only notched on the front or the back. So it's a nice consistent look. So that double notch is very important, and it is exclusive to Levelor. The last piece that's so exciting about LightMaster is the removability of these and the cleanability of it. So as these get dusty, you can easily remove them and clean them. If something were to happen to 2 or 3, you could easily replace them. Levelor would do that for you for a small fee. We would just take some measurements so we make sure that the notches line up with your ladders, and we can easily replace 2 or 3 slats versus having to replace an entire blind if they had route holes. The last upgrade that we really want to speak to are our decorative tapes. So you'll see we have two different sizes here of our decorative tapes. We have an 1.5 inch width and a 1/2 inch width. You'll see that we've really cleaned up some of the color and design offerings that we offered from our previous collection, and these are very trend right, and they also coordinate in some of these solid colors with some of the other Levolor product categories, such as Accordia, Roman shades, and verticals. So it's great to show the hand sample again. It has the mocha tape, and this is the 1.5 inch design on a 2.5 inch slat. And these tapes are really just meant to soften the look of this blind and give you a nice decorative touch and coordinate with other fabrics throughout the home. One thing I want to point out, and it's important to share with your associates, is that these tapes do begin to act as the ladder of the blind, so they are permanent. So once you purchase a blind that has tapes, you cannot remove them without reordering. So if someone were to purchase, say, the mocha leaf, for example, it really does solidify the decor in the room with that mocha leaf design. So we know that consumers are repurchasing window treatments every 7 to 10 years. So hopefully that mocha leaf will be what the decor of their room looks like for the next 7 to 10 years. But we just want to caution our consumers that that is a permanent fixture on your window treatment. The last thing you want to make sure and explain to your associate is that because these act as the ladders, the wider your blind goes, the more ladders you will have to support the weight of the blind. And this tape will cover every ladder. So on some of our widest faux wood product, you could have up to 6 ladders, and then that means you would have 6 tapes. So just make sure that your associate is familiar with that. We're going to look at the ladder and core count chart so you can see how to show your associate that, but just help them understand that these are permanent and they do cover every ladder on your real wood or faux wood blind. With that, let's always take a chance to look here at the options availability chart before we move into the technical guide. Since you've rounded off your book training, it's a great time to use this options availability chart and quiz your associate. Pick one of the upgrades, for example Lightmaster, and ask your associate which products with which size can you get Lightmaster with. You'll see the key is below. S equals standard, O means optional, and dash means not available. So have your associate train you back on one of these options or upgrades and really encourage them to use this options availability chart. With that being said, let's briefly take a look at the inspirational guide and technical guide. Moving through the inspirational guide is important to showcase with your associates to help them understand an additional tool they have in this book. So if you look in your pitch binder, again, you're going to have great information on our inspirational guide as well as some great talking points and training notes on the back. So this is really important to show your associate. The inspirational guide, just as it sounds, really showcases some beautiful inspirational photography of this new product. It's going to talk to you a little bit about the Levolor difference here at the beginning, and of course show you all of the different products that are featured on the front of the inspirational guide and here inside the pictures. You'll see as you move through the inspirational guide, it highlights those big key messages. So specifically cordless here at the very beginning. We're going to show this picture with children, pets, and then a mother operating this blind and showing that great new bottom rail design. Next you move into light control. So we're going to talk a little bit about Lightmaster. This picture is perfect. It shows our Lightmaster product in a bedroom. Really, again, meant to block out all of the light in case you have someone who needs to sleep during the day or just doesn't want to have any light traveling in through their window treatments as they sleep or in the morning time. This is also going to show you, again, a blown up close-up shot of Lightmaster versus standard route holes. The next picture is going to feature some more information on our slat sizes. So again, it's made for every window. You have the 1-inch slat size here shown on doors, which is a more of a narrow window treatment and perfect for a 1-inch product, and then a larger window showcasing our 2.5-inch product. All the while really showcasing coordination to the window trim, the crown molding, and of course your flooring. Next, again, you're going to speak to a little bit more information towards our new wood durability and coordination. This showcases, of course, your wood paneling here on your walls. your cabinetry here, flooring, and then this beautiful new wood design, again in a kitchen. So great for that durability, moisture, humidity, scratch and dent resistance, etc. Next, we're going to speak a little bit to the Visions Faux Wood and really showcase that whole home coordination with our special order vertical product. So this is going to feature the Lush Oak Visions Vertical as well as the Visions Faux Wood. Again, beautiful window treatment for this room. Next, we're going to speak a bit to the style packages. So again, showcasing the traditional style package with the new sleek tassels that are all branded Levolor, the contemporary style package, and then really showcasing a beautiful picture with our decorative tapes in the 1.5 inch size. Last, this is going to speak to our new classic value style package. One thing to really highlight here with your associates is the fact that our classic value package, regardless of material, so in our real wood, our new wood faux wood, and in our Visions Faux Wood, are going to offer a price point that's about 5% lower than our nearest competitor. So this is an excellent message to send with this new classic value package, and the fact that it is also offered again in all 3 of our materials and 5 finishes in each material. It shows a great application, of course, in your kitchen, a playroom, and then it shows again a close-up of the valance and the tassels that you will receive. Moving through the technical guide, I just want to give you some high-level information of some of the technical info that's included. Of course, you've got all of the technical information for your consumer or your associate, how to measure for inside windows. This is going to show you our brackets, give you dimensions on our headrail, and then break it out by slat size, how to mount that bracket in your window with a flush mount. For outside mount, it's going to speak to you a little bit about how to measure there and some valance return information. Next, you will have our minimum and maximum width and height information broken out by material, so real wood, as well as slat size. So a 1 inch, 2 inch, and 2.5, and then we break this down by new wood faux wood and Visions Faux Wood. You'll have your stacking chart, which will include your headrail and valance. Keep that in mind. This is going to be broken out by height of the blind and slat size. And then we're going to show you each of our different valance dimensions here. Next, you move into our real wood and new wood finish chart. One thing to point out here is all of the color coordination that you'll see. So anywhere you see a number with each 4 of these categories, being a 2.5 inch reel, 2 inch reel, 1 inch reel, and 2 inch new wood, that showcases a color that is going to coordinate across all product lines. You have your Visions Faux Wood Finish Index, and then a little bit more detail on each of our options and upgrades. So options, of course, are things that come standard or are free. Upgrades are something that you may have to pay a little bit more for. So this is going to break that out by control positions, light master, cordless, cutouts in case you're working around maybe an in-home air conditioning unit or a door handle on French doors, replacement valance, multiple blinds on one headrail. We offer 2 and 3 blinds on one headrail with this program, and then information on our decorative tapes. The next page is very useful as it relates to the ladder spacing and cord count chart. This is what we referenced earlier when speaking to tapes. So this is going to give you the minimum and maximum widths for inside and outside mount by product type, and it's going to tell you how many ladders you would have or how many tapes you would have if you chose decorative tapes, the number of lift cords on a corded blind, and then the number of lift cords on a blind if you choose Light Master. This is going to give you a demonstration of how your ladders can grow in count based on material. Next, this is going to highlight everything you would need to know about a cornice, how to measure, the 2 different styles that we offer, the contemporary or dentile design, the traditional or rope design. These are the different colors that we offer a cornice in. If you need a reference for these colors, you can easily flip to your real wood section. Of course, we offer an unfinished cornice if someone would like to stain or paint that cornice to match other finishes in their home. And then, of course, we've got all of these different mounting options for your cornice. It's important to understand that cornices are ordered separately from real wood, but they are talked about in this program because they are made out of real wood. You can also purchase a cornice as a valance style for any of our special order products. As far as decorative tapes, there's a great color coordination reference chart. This is going to lay out all of the tape colors and then edge binding colors, so think natural shades. We do offer edge binding, and a couple of these colors coordinate with those natural shade edge binding colors. And then this is going to tell you the types of other products that these tape colors coordinate with. Last, you have the color coordination chart for Visions Faux Wood and Visions Verticals, and that rounds out the technical guide information found in the book. So in wrap up, the last thing that you really want to cover with your associate is probably one of the most exciting. And I've saved it till the end because this should be the surprise you give your associates in the store. You want to speak to the new throw key. So make sure that you have this here in the store with you, your personal copy, and this should be your grand finale in your wood and faux wood training. So this is very exciting that we have this new throw key as a reference for your associates. This should help eliminate the number of times that your associate is checking out their wood and faux wood sample book and potentially never getting it back or having it returned to a different store. They can easily now check out this great throw key as a sample deck. So now I will show you, as you can see, this is a mock-up for our video today since we're filming so early, but this is what your throw key is going to look like. Essentially, it's going to look like a little mini book, and inside the throw key, what you will have, and again, this is just a mock-up, so it's not a finished product, you will have a tab that says Premium Real Wood, so all of your real wood swatches will be here. You will have New Wood Faux Wood here and Visions Faux Wood here. So this way the consumer can take this home and truly coordinate this back to any of their real wood furniture, flooring, or cabinets in their home. We're also going to sample the slat sizes. So you'll be able to see a 1 inch, 2 inch, and 2.5 inch. You'll be able to see both the traditional and contemporary valances once these are finished. And then you will have a little swatch that shows all of the different tapes here. So all of the different tape colors will be shown as well. So this just gives you some great high-level information on what the throw key is going to look like. And again, make a huge deal about this to your stores and to your associates because this is a great tool for them in the store. With that being said, let's go ahead and wrap up for the day. Okay guys, in wrap up, it's very important for you to ask for the sale after training on this new wood and faux wood program. You have spent an enormous amount of time at this point with your associate, walking them through the pitch binder, the book, using your hand samples and the throw key. It is your right to ask for it, and all of that training goes in vain if you don't. So there are a couple of different ways you can approach the ask for it and the wrap up. I tend to be a bit more direct, and I like to tie my ask for it back to the key messaging. So I would say something like, Mr. or Mrs. Associate, please ensure in the future, once this product goes live, that you are pulling the Level or sample book first because you know it is the most beautiful wood and faux wood program that there is in the marketplace. We have 69 trend-right finishes that we did an enormous amount of consumer research behind to choose, so it's right for you and your consumer. It is the most functional wood and faux wood program that you can sell. We now offer cordless on all of our different materials, and we have the most amount of options and upgrades with that cordless product than anyone in the industry. And it is the most coordinated wood and faux wood program in the industry. It not only coordinates within itself, example, new wood and our premium real wood, but it also coordinates with other Levelor product categories such as verticals, and our tapes coordinate back to Accordia, Roman shades, natural shades, and vertical blinds. So because of those three aspects, we know those are the most important three reasons for the consumer when shopping wood and faux wood. So you've got to pull the Levelor book first if you want to appeal best to your consumer. Now, another way you can ask for it is to goal set. We're all salespeople, so you should be using your sales data to set goals with these associates. So you could look at 2012 sales goals, and for example, maybe one of your stores sold $15,000 worth of wood and faux wood in 2012. Challenge them to sell $25,000 worth of this new program in 2013. So you can look at 2012 versus 2013. Or you could look at year-to-date information. So if you're at a store and year-to-date through June they have sold $10,000 of wood and faux wood, challenge them to make that $25,000 by the end of 2013. So give them realistic sales goals based on their specific store numbers, but make sure you're goal setting with them and helping them achieve that goal by training and following up with them on every store visit. So thank you all very much for your time today. I'm excited for this new launch. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to your training partner, and good luck with this pre-sell and with the launch.